Have you ever wondered how a simple color scheme can transform the mood of a painting? Well, I found out firsthand when I painted the same image using two different color schemes, one blue and one red. Stick around to see how these two paintings transformed the way I think about color and how I'm going to start paintings in the future. I was so surprised with the outcome. I'm Melanie Florio. Welcome to my studio where I paint quirky, nostalgic paintings in a realistic style. This was my starting plan. I prepped two ACM panels, one with a light baby blue and one with a bright peach. I started with a light sketch on the blue panel using pastel pencil. I really enjoy sketching on canvas or ACM panel with these because you can erase them really easily, or honestly, you could just smudge them out and draw right on top. Once the drawing felt right, I added a pop of fluorescent red to the wine. My idea was to keep everything in shades of blue except for that pop of striking red on the wine. With the drawing locked in, I focused on the dark shapes to define the portrait. I didn't start with a drawing on the dark red one because I had just done that. So I decided to go right in with paint and paint those dark shapes using a purple brown. This Old Holland purple brown is one of my favorite reds. It's a really earthy, dark red that is a little bit warmer than alizarin crimson. It's got a little bit more brown in it. It's also transparent. I just find it very easy for the underpainting. Once both paintings had their shadow shapes locked into place, I painted the lightest highlights on her fur shawl, blocking in the shapes to give the composition some fun contrast. After I had the major shapes in, I worked on the transitions and finished the portrait, adding a little to her cheek for balance and harmony. At this point, as far as red versus blue, I was feeling really confident about both portraits. And for the blue, after her face was sort of complete, I realized I wanted to have a semi-transparent, sort of purpley blue background. Something dark so that she would pop and be illuminated, but also sort of transparent because I liked that baby blue and I wanted to show through just a little bit. So I decided to use Galkyd Light, which is a glazing medium. I mixed Galkyd Light with Inderthrone Blue and my fluorescent red and came up with this nice soupy mix to glaze the background on with. And side note, salsa jar lids make great medium holders. After all of the big shapes were in, I worked on those transitions and finished up her portrait, also popping the red into her cheek for some cohesion. I felt really good painting this painting, and I was really focused through the entire process. Secret weapon here is my red sable Blick blending brush. Oh, just love what this can do. I almost feel like this is just applying makeup to my painting. It's a lot of fun. Back to the red painting, problems started happening. For one, my camera setup fell apart, so I was holding my phone in one hand and painting in the other. And for two, something strange started to happen. As I was painting this painting, I started to feel angry. I started to have these thoughts of sadness that just kept popping up in my brain. It was like the itty bitty pity committee in my brain was just having a field day up there, giving me all this garbage. And I kept thinking to myself, I think it's the red. It was like I was trying to get my brain to turn the channel to something more positive, and I just couldn't. I literally was seeing red. The term seeing red is thought to have originated from the association of the color red with anger and danger. So the thing that I did was I actually just stopped painting on it. I had to stop this painting cold turkey. Now back to the blue, this painting was basically painting itself. The color blue was working its magic on me. There have been studies linking blue to enhance concentration, and it's commonly thought to even reduce stress and anxiety. And I'll tell you what, in this case, that was true for me. Meanwhile, the red painting was just staring at me in my studio. I didn't know how to finish it, and I knew something had to change on it. I knew I needed to add a color or a detail. There was something I was missing, but I didn't know what until one day in my studio, I was cleaning. Because just between you and me, my studio is incredibly messy. So I found this little roller and I put it up next to my red painting, and all of a sudden it was like, it was perfect. The red with this really bright purple was exactly what the painting needed. I could finally move forward on it. I just needed to be a little bit patient and wait for my messy studio to tell me something. First, I put a combo of linseed and turpentine on with an eyedropper and worked that into the dry background. Then I added the purple on top so that it slid on the surface easily. By adding the purple, I was able to finish the painting. The colors are really exciting to me. I love the way that the purple and the red play off of each other. And these were my finishing brush strokes. And we've made peace. I'm so glad we've made peace. I love this painting now. I actually really love her. I feel like she's my friend. She saw me through a hard time, and we're all good. Full acceptance. And she's like, yeah, cheers. I'll drink to that. Anyway, the weird things we think about when we're painting, but I love it. And I love this painting. I love the way the red absolutely pops, and just the moodiness, the sultriness of the pose, the intensity of the blue. I'm so happy with this. Color isn't just about aesthetics, as I'm still learning. It's a tool for shaping mood, mindset, and emotion. I'm so glad that you could come on this color journey with me. I hope you learned a few things. I certainly did. So thanks for joining me today. And if you're interested in these paintings or others, check out my website, melanieflorio.com. I'll see you next time.